Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. And Happy New Year. For everybody out there, Happy New Year. It's been a minute, and for that, I apologize. Definitely wasn't intentional to be gone for so long. And I got to thank everybody who's checked up on me, who's asked how I'm doing, asked whether I was all right, or just, seeing, what's going on with me. I'm okay. Life, still working in the community, still working with the youth. Was blessed to take about 20 kids to a pet farm, to the zoo, continuing to do arts and crafts with them and sit them down and dialogue with them in the community of Potomac Gardens, continuing to speak in different places, DC jail with a brother of mine, Troy Ketchmore, and his sister Chanel, still speaking in Newport News Detention Center, about to do that again. I've been pretty consistent with that, and still trying to speak at other detention centers and other places who would hear my story and the story of others. It's not been easy. I called Manassas Detention Center probably 5 times in 5 months, still trying to get in there. Like I told them, I don't want nothing. I just want to come in there and speak to the youth with the intent to offer them some sound advice, a little bit of knowledge, wisdom, and hoping that they eventually gain some understanding. And I'm going to continue to do it. I might call them today, to be honest with you. I might call them today, Landmark Detention and DC, whatever detention centers, because the story that I have, though unique to me, is the story of many of those young guys and young women in these detention centers. And so when I share with them, I do so because I can relate to them and they can relate to me. And I just want them to know that at the end of the day, that there is another way to look at life. And they hear it. I mean, they hear it from their parents, their grandparents. They've heard it from teachers. They hear it from the staff in the detention center. But a lot of time, you want to hear from someone that can really relate to you. And you want to hear the truth of it. Like, I don't talk about prisons and rapes and things like that all the time. I've mentioned situations on here on the channel and in these detention centers where some guys have gotten raped and molested and so forth. But that's not what I try to do to instill fear. Now, I explain to them the severity of prison from an emotional standpoint, losing family members, having children grow up without you, and how that looks throughout the bit, and even being freed, and how others who have children have told me their relationships and some of the trials and tribulations that they face. So I'm still doing that, still striving to do it on a greater level this year. Definitely gonna keep pushing, and striving to continue to help the community as best I can. But this was just a short. Like I say, I appreciate all you all who've checked on me, who stayed consistent with me, who are authentic in your concern and authentic in your following my progress. Like I say, I'm still learning lessons. I'm learning lessons every day. I'm growing every day. Some days it's evident, some days it's not. But I'm striving to evolve. It's difficult out here. It's a lot of pain out here. A lot of pain. And in life in general, you all watch and know this. It's a lot of pain out here. I mean, people walk around smiling. And behind that smile is deep-seated, deep-rooted pain. A lot of trauma. People carrying on their shoulders, just a whole lot, right? So I strive not to be a burden to others, as best I can be. I strive not to be a burden to others because I know what it feels like to be burdened, or be a burden. I was incarcerated for 25 years. I was a burden. People wrote, that's still a burden. People came and visit. That was a burden. My family thinking of me, praying for me, hoping, the best for me. that's a burden, so I was grateful for all that, but I've been a burden, and that's a fact. So I would rather be a asset than a liability in my family and my community, and for those who love and care for me. So again, for those who are consistent, I appreciate you. I'm learning lessons daily. I'm learning lessons, monthly. Right now I'm on a fast, striving to go a month with just fruits and vegetables. Whole month with fruits and vegetables. I've done it. I did a week, and I cheated, I guess, if you will, made an allowance for the weekend, a little cheese pizza, and then I went back on it. And I did that for 2 weeks. And, but I want to go a whole month with just fruits and vegetables, just trying it. Sometimes I just try things, and it's good to clean the system out, because in cleaning your body out, you're also cleaning out your blood, you're cleaning out your mind, but if you're cleaning your mind out, that means also cleaning out your body, right? So, yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Still reading, still studying. Want to do it a lot more, though. Definitely want to do it a lot more. Still writing a little bit. For those that know me, please check out, my poetry. People tell me to sell myself. It's hard for me to do that, I guess, but I support a lot of people. I definitely support a lot of people, but I do have 2 poetry books. If you like poetry, go ahead, check them out. One is on Amazon, Still Thinking, by Khalid Kareem, and the other's on Lulu. I was just thinking. But I'm still writing, definitely still writing. But I'm not going to ramble. Like I said, this was a short just to say thank you. May your new year be one where we spend more time focused on ourselves than others. And I'm talking to myself as well. May we spend more time focused on ourselves than others. May we spend more time striving to see life, from both its perspectives. There's a darkness and there's a light. But may we spend more time focused on the light than the darkness. And may we be more encouraging to others. May we be more supportive of others. A lot of people support with their mouths, but not with their actions. A lot of people support with their mouths and not with their actions. So may we be more sincere in our support of others, especially when it comes to consciousness, right? I know this from personal experience. When I was wild or my mind was just all over the place, then I supported silliness all the time. I didn't always support consciousness, or as much as I should have, right? Even being raised the way I was. So let us be more conscious of supporting consciousness, that which is healthy for us. How much better would the world be if we ate right, if we ate the best foods? I'm talking about fruits and vegetables and things that were good for our bodies. How much longer would we live? How much better would we feel? That's the same way with the mind and the spirit. If we absorb more positivity and we absorb that which was good for our spirits and good for our minds, how much better would we face the day? How much better would we interact with people? How much better would we become to and for ourselves? So with that said, like I said, again, thank you. I appreciate you all. I sincerely do. I will strive to do a little better with communicating. I do have stories, of course, 25 years, but quickly, sometimes it gets draining. You all have watched these videos and you see that I get emotional because there's a constant connection. I know a guy right now, they're fighting for a case, and I can only imagine what it may be doing to him inside as it relates to the stigma of snitching. A young guy, I know, he was a good rapper, still is, I'm sure. He was with me on Nottoway, and he went home. 2 years later, he came back. So I heard several months ago, and I believe I conveyed this, his roommate woke him up by biting him on the cheek and pulling some of his flesh off, and then biting him on the ear. And then when the officers came, after hearing the screams and the struggles, the roommate said that, in I guess later on interview, investigation, that the voices told him to do it. So I just so happened, this is months ago, so I just happened to see someone on Facebook, they're fighting for that case. fighting to bring justice to the guy that was bit. Now, on the inside, people are going to call him a snitch. People out here trying to fight for justice, fight because something was wrong, and maybe he complained about the celly, maybe he complained at one time trying to get out and it didn't happen, and this was a result. But inside, he's going to have to deal with that, and that's a sad reality. And so I say that to say that there's so much going on, right? Stories abound. I'm still in connection with 15, 20 guys on the inside. I have my own stories, but a lot of time I don't want to just convey those painful stories. And I have to do more. I mean, I want to start bringing interviews to you all, just so you all can hear different people's perspective and different lessons that they've learned, right? It's so much. It's so much. And sometimes life can be overwhelming. And I'm working on finding that balance, right? That balance. So with that, I appreciate you all's patience. I do. I sincerely do. I'm striving to do and be better myself. Yeah, absolutely. So you all take care. You all have a blessed day, a positive day, a powerful day, and continue to strive and do and be better yourselves. Help others as much as you can, and allow help as well if you're in need. And I'll be back soon. Thank you.